Hey guys, Chris here back again from CNH Small. As you got another quick video here for you. This will be a bench review video because I'm at my garage right now, and I purchased a couple new magazines, the steel magazines for the AR-15, and I just want to do a quick bench review for the actual magazines. I'll put the link at the bottom of the actual page, or at the bottom of the actual description for the link to the page where I actually purchased them from. The two magazines I got right here are what they refer to as Korean magazines for your AR-15. I have the one package right here. Actually has the brown paper package for the actual one magazine right here. The first magazine we have here, I'll show you the first one right here. This is the Korean equivalent to the HK Maritime magazine here for reference. So this is what the packaging goes with this one specific magazine right here for that. You have the designation for the actual caliber right here on the actual magazine body. So I can zoom in and show you that right there. There's your caliber designation right. Let me see if I can get a better shot. There you go, 5.56 by 45. And this is what they refer to as the Korean HK style magazine for reference points. So that's a Korean one right here. And here is a genuine HK magazine. So you have a comparison side-by-side shot of each one right here for reference points. So this one right here is the original HK Maritime magazine. It has a designation right here on the actual caliber as well too. So you can zoom in here for that. 5.56 by 45. It says made in Germany right there as well too. And this is the BD marked one for the actual mechanism right there for the latch. So that's what it looks like for the German one here specifically for that. This is the German follower on this one right here. So you can get a better shot here in the light. That's the German follower right there for the actual one. This is the Maritime one with the enhanced, they have an enhanced durability coating on the actual magazine body and also on the follower as well too for reference right here for that. They have like an anti-friction coating or something. I honestly don't know what it's made of, but they have an anti-friction follower in these ones right here, and they're basically built like a brick shit house. However, people online, I've seen people online say they really do not like them because the problem is the magazine spring inside here can possibly fail after a few thousand rounds, and also the metal on the actual Phillips up here tends to weaken over time if the magazine is either dropped on the Phillips or if you store the magazine with a full 30 round load in her. Me personally, I'm never going to store them with the 30 rounds in them, and I'm also never going to drop them on the Phillips. So you try to prevent and eliminate that one specific problem. The Korean one looks almost identical to the German one right here specifically for that. I'll show you that the Phillips look like here. There we go. Good shot. That's what it looks like right there. They have an anti-tilt follower in this one as well too. However, the when you're pushing down on the follower, it is noticeably more gritty on here, to say the least. So it has like a bit more gritty feeling on the actual follower when you are pushing it down here for that. But it looks like it's almost basically a total clone of the German version right here for reference as well too. Everything looks like almost perfectly identical to the German HK magazine. Even the actual bottom of the plate on here looks identical as well too for reference points. They look, you put them side by side, you can see that. Look virtually identical. There you go. Look identical on there. One thing I did notice is the Korean one right here. The actual follower, for whatever reason, it is sitting up noticeably higher in the Phillip area for reference right there for that. So I don't know if it's going to be a problem in the future, but we will be testing it out at the cabin so we can have some kind of verifiable proof that the magazine does work. Okay, I was told online probably by 3 or 4 people that the Korean magazine might not be too good. It's basically a $7 paperweight, and you see what it would look like on here for that work. There you go. You get a backside shot on here for the actual follower as well too. You can flip this around here so you can see that. And you'll notice that the Korean follower right here is sitting up noticeably higher than your typical HK Maritime one right here is reference to. See how the HK one, it's sitting right on the actual ledge of the Philips versus the Korean one over here. It's sitting up noticeably higher in that one specific aspect of the magazine for reference points. So that's what they look like. These magazines are only being sold for about $7 or $8 on the website. I'll put the link at the bottom of the website. I don't have it offhand right now, so I apologize for that. I will put the website's link at the bottom of the page. I'll put the link for the actual magazine itself, plus the secondary magazine we also have here. Second magazine was also purchased at the same exact website. This is referred to as the Korean Extreme Duty. They basically sold it as an Extreme Duty magazine. It has a anti-tilt follower on the front right here as well too, the actual follower. Let's see a show with that. Anti-tilt follower. This one has a polymer or plastic follower on this one right here specifically for that. This one was also purchased for only about $7 or $8 as well too. So both these magazines, they're not a huge loss if you do purchase one and they don't work correctly for you. They're only about $7 or $8 per magazine plus the shippings, which is about another $5 or $6 right here from the website. So it's not too bad of a loss. This one will probably actually feed better myself. I'm thinking this one might actually feed better because it looks like the follower might be a better quality or type right there for that. So we'll give you a shot of what it looks like side by side with the HK and also the Korean version of the HK magazine as well too. So you can see all three of the side by side. So there's what they look like side by side. The follower areas. Try to get a good shot here for you right there for that. So we have the HK original one, had the Korean version of the HK, and we have the Extreme Duty AR-15 magazine from Korea right here as well too for that. So these two are the Korean magazines right here, and this one is the genuine German maritime HK steel magazine for reference points. And the follower on this one sits almost perfectly as is with the HK German magazine. So I'm thinking those two, or I should say this one will function just as good as the German HK Maritime magazine for reference points. Okay, let me set these things down over here for you guys. And we'll go ahead and flip it around here for you can see the grip side of the body. Here's the body style. It looks almost identical to the other magazine we also have here, the Korean HK version right here. You have the deep ribs and the actual body of the magazine here, similar to the HK Maritime magazine. One noticeable difference is the way they actually have the latch set up on here. The HK clone from Korea right here, it has a raised up area right here on the actual lock portion. This one does not have that. So you can see those two differences right there. And we'll go ahead and give you a shot of the bottom of the magazine as well too. Here's the comparison. Let's have the camera focused there. We're sorry about that. The top one says made in Korea. The bottom one has no markings at all under for that. It's similar to the German HK bottom plate. The front portion right here, the Extreme Duty one, you have welds. There you go. You have welds on the seam right there. And the HK Korean one does not have any welds. It has a nice thick seam right there in the front. Okay, let me flip it around here and show you the backs, compare them. And here's the back sides. The HK Korean one has a nice weld all down the back. The Extreme Duty Korean one has spot welds right there. I'll show you that. Here you go. And you'll notice right next to each other, the HK magazine is noticeably longer. It's about a ½ inch longer right there for reference points. So you have about a ½ inch length difference between the Extreme Duty magazine, the Korean one, and the HK clone magazine as well too, for reference points. So I'll put them side by side here with the good old German one here as well too, so you can see them side by side. Okay, here's the German magazine. German HK is on the bottom, and the new AR-15 Korean magazine, the Extreme Duty one, is on the top. And you'll see the German magazine is noticeably longer, probably about a ½ inch longer right there for reference points. Let me flip that around here so you can see a better shot, line these things up better. Okay. It is definitely longer right there for reference points, so you can see the overall length difference right there. Okay, and the HK clone Korean magazine. We'll put these two side by side so you can see the length difference, if there is any. And these ones are basically identical in length, so there's no perceived or difference in the actual length of each magazine. The HK maritime magazine and also the secondary Korean magazine here, they both have the same overall length for each one right here, specifically for that. So put that on top again here. Line those up, and there's no noticeable difference. Same length. So the HK magazine and the Korean clone HK magazine is basically the same identical length. They have the same weight too as well too. So this one is put in your hand, putting that one down. Have the same weight, weight and length. This one right here, the Extreme Duty one, has a slightly lighter feel, probably because of the actual follower. They have a plastic follower in the magazine for reference as well too. I told you before. So this one may be slightly less weight right here, primarily because of the actual follower in the magazine body for reference points. So I'm thinking this one will probably work perfectly fine. The we don't call it the Korean, we don't call it Extreme Duty one right here. This one will probably work perfectly fine. I don't know about the second one right here, but here's the name on the ball, made in Korea. Let's see if we get a better shot. There you go, made in Korea. So we'll try these things up the cabin and see how they feed. I'm thinking, like I said before, this one will probably work perfectly fine with the plastic follower, but it looks like the follower is sitting in a perfect spot in the actual feed lips area right there for reference points. And it's only $7 or $8, so you can't beat that deal. The second one right here, the HK Korean clone magazine right here for the HK maritime clone right here. I really don't like how the follower is sitting up a bit higher in this one right here for reference points. And I'm thinking this one may give me problems, or it may give me feeding problems in my guns up there for reference points. So I just want to make a note of that right now, because I don't like how high the actual follower is sitting up in here. It's like sitting way higher than even the German HK one for reference points. So you can see these two side by side, with the German one on the right hand side and the cheap Korean clone one sitting on the left hand side for reference points. So you can see these two. You just notice how tall the Korean one is sitting inside the actual feed lip area. You can see how high it's actually sitting in the actual feed lip area for reference points. So each magazine is only about $7 or $8, so you can't really pass a bad deal just for just for the hell, just see how it's going to function in your gun. Other than that, we'll give you a future video testing the two magazines. What I'll probably do is I'll probably load them up to about 20-25 rounds each, and I'll probably run about 5 or 10 rounds to the gun, and we'll see if we have any kind of fails to feed or fail to cycle using both magazines for reference points. So if anybody has any comments, questions, whatnot, this is a quick comparison video between two new Korean magazines, the HK clone and a Korean Extreme Duty magazine, versus the tried and true HK maritime magazine here for reference points. So if anybody has any comments or questions, feel free to drop me a message here, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible, guys. I'll see you. Have a nice day.